Greetings, I'm Mike Shatwriter, and today we'll be talking about the top 10 games that I've played in 2022. And as always, I always recommend you like, comment, and subscribe. And this is a somewhat regular series. This is top 10. Every year since January 2017, I've managed to pick 10 games that I think are the best I've played in that previous year, and until 2022, all of them been blog posts besides the 2018 video, which is the reason why. Well, it was right. So let's cover the rules, and these rules haven't changed since last year, and they have changed over the time, but. First rule is, to be eligible for this list, I must have put some considerable playtime between the 1st of January and the 31st of December of that year. That really is really the big reason why, for the big consideration for this. Rule number 2 is, if a game is rendered unplayable or unable to be purchased by the time of creating this list, it is excluded. This really applies to mostly online games and certain digital-only games. Due to this, I've decided this will apply to any Stadia games that I may have played in 2022, but because Stadia is no longer around, that's why it's not why it would all Stadia games that aren't available on other systems have been permanently bad. Rule 3 is, barring the ability to buy or play, no release date restrictions are in place to prevent older games from making this list. And I should point out that there's quite a few old games that have made this list, and actually quite a few of them are good over 10 years old. Yeah. Rule 4. This is only one game in a series will present the game series. This basically is to prevent me from basically putting a pile of Pokemon games in the same video. So you can't have 5 Pokemon games taking up the entire top 5. So and because I've decided to make it deviation with 2018, I made the secondary rule of Rule 4A is where multiple games within a series or DLC of one game is played in the same year, for a second game to get a second listing, both games need to be stand out separate from each other, and usually you'll get one. And I've only broke this rule once or twice. And finally, Rule 5. I really do mean to make this very clear. Rule 5 is pretty clear. This list is based on what I've played, not the games that I released in the year. Now here's the top 10. Here we go. Number 10, Out of Touch for PC via itch.io. Yeah, Out of Touch. Right. Now this is pretty one of those weird. Normally I would really avoid putting games up that are still in active development. I could easily count Destiny 2 and Tactical 9 as their list regulars on this list, but whilst Out of Touch is not considered not a complete version, and it's been one of the few games this year I've been wanting to get the most recent update when it drops. I started playing this during 2021, and even had considered dropping this in at number 10 back then. Unlike most visual novels that use other games to generate imagery, this uses uses more original music than borrowing music from the same dozen places which are royalty free. The story really follows CJ, his sister and their friends. This game really does deal with the adult stuff, as the intro, one of CJ's friends, Victoria, does something she really regrets. Reason why I'm not even showing it, it's not allowed on YouTube. This is a psychedelic melodramatic comedy that will last for hours to play. This story is really focused on CJ's relationship with most of the main girls, and I believe that Ashley's due for her turn, a proper turn in early 2023, as one of the more questionable characters I've targeted in towards the end of the last update. And yes, in some of those clips, Ashley's wearing a Hall and Oates shirt due to a certain song, which is why we can't play it. Moving on to number 9. Saints Row 4. PC particularly, but there's also on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360 and Xbox One, and might be on others, but this is just has to be the ones that I've actually tracked. Yeah, I'm not. Could be on Switch by the time it's done. Technically, this game breaks rule 2. The version I played was the base version from 2013, but this was basic. But it's been replaced by the re-elected version, which got pushed to most PC versions since then. PC version and various other consoles. As a result, it's a bit weird. But for me, I was playing the 2013 Saints Row on PC in 2013, and I basically tried to do some clean up of the achievements that I missed up. Did not pop for some reason back in 2013 when it launched. Yes, I actually had missed the first dozen story achievements because I didn't do the storyline. I had to replay a good chunk of the intro, mostly due to the fact that Steam was messed up at launch, and I didn't get the first full handful of achievements. Yeah, quite a good game. Sadly, just feel like it all went to hell after that.
Hey, I'm coming.
Right, moving on to game number 8. Satisfactory. PC via Steam, and I don't think it's on any other consoles. It's technically still in early access. This is one of these games I got really interested in, but it has no story. It's more of a challenge to see what and how we could build on this planet. I got this by the Humble Bundle monthly deal which came out this year. There is some kind of satisfaction getting all this stuff working efficiently, or just at all. There's some joy watching all these components getting to where they need to go and without having them to wait to appear. Yeah, it's not really one of those I can describe succinctly and put in words without sounding like weird. It's kind of got a bit of those zen moments. Yeah. Alright, I think that's enough of me getting one with the machine. Moving on to the number 7, which is Iconoclast, and I played the PlayStation Vita version, but as you can seen already, it's on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and Steam. It might also be on other consoles and on PC stuff, but it is what it gets ridiculously long of some of these of what systems are on. But this is one of the few PlayStation Vita games I played for this year, and this is the only one I actually completed. Like last year's Vita entry, I actually am showing the PlayStation 4 version as it's easy to capture. This platformer follows Robin as she uses the trusty spanner, and you get a few other weapons over time. There is a story that results that you can grab up, play with some of the other characters that you can temporarily take control of, because you will they'll give you control back to Robin after a while. Unlike many other games, this has got quite a few useful tweaks, such as Robin's dive kick, and despite being somewhat off target. I also mentioned that some of these areas do consider puzzles as well as just combat, so in it. Very, very nice. Right. Moving on to the number 6. Number 6 is Star Trek Online. Well, and of course, and since it's on PC via Steam or Epic or various other installers, but also on PlayStation 4 and Xbox. As one of the list regulars, this is probably the lowest been at 6. Yeah, and I actually have gone through and actually checked it, and I've actually had Star Trek Online being a top 5 contender for the last 5 years, so 5 or 6 years. So it's been the lowest on this list. See. Well, this year there have been 4 new episodes and a few new TFOs. All of the new episodes have been basically within the 10 Gambit playlist. Most reason why I think that this year's been very, very, very lacking in comparison with previous years. And this is somewhat compared by a constant error within press releases that listen to the copy and paste functions, and despite as I've got this list, visiting this list in February, this appears to be still happening in 2023. As a lifetimer, that's just broke 10 years playing this game. I may also have the problem of I've literally done just about everything in the game, and yeah, turns out that most of the groups I've played with have separated multiple times already. So I have got to say I've been announcing plans for this channel about Attack Online later this year, because once Star Trek Scarlet's completed home, I need to move on to something else. Number 5, and this one's a bit of a tricky one. Scarlet Nexus, and I played it on PC via Steam, and as you can see, it's on the Epic Game Store, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox One S. Yeah, when you get both a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 5 version and the equivalent Xboxes, you get a ridiculously long message like that. Yeah. Scarlet Nexus is one of those nice looking games that I initially passed on in 2021, but grabbed it whilst I was in the Humble Bundle in 2022. This game has 2 storylines, and that follows the 2 main playable characters. This game follows a pair of parallel storylines with Kasane and Yuto, the 2 main playable characters. I only really played Kasane's storyline at this moment in time. As an action game, you get do lots of kicking ass and stuff, and to help kicking ass, you can borrow your powers from your teammates. You do get access to most of your teammates' powers, each with a unique ability to borrow. For story reasons, not everyone will be available at all times within the teams. Have at least 2 members of the final team members you can end up with can exploit certain enemies' weaknesses. This is one of those games that I do recommend trying out for them at first if you can get the opportunity. There was a 24-hour, there was a few things that worth looking at about this game as well. Okay.
Well done, Kasane. Keep that up.
Wait, there's a resource reading here. What do you want to do?
Moving on to number 4. Gran Turismo 7. And this is a PlayStation 4 game, and it also comes on the PlayStation 5. You'll be seeing PlayStation 5 footage, but only because they both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 can are pretty much almost identical. And the stuff I'm going to cover, well, the first PS5 stuff, unique stuff, only launched in 2023, so it's really just the I'm not going to comment on it. As anyone knows, Gran Turismo is all about the cars. Unlike GT Sport, this is more complete package than GT Sport was. GT Sport felt like a prologue entry compared to a final release version to a previous game, because there was a GT5 prologue, GT4 prologue. Well, the core of the game, which is driving, is great. The engine cast is also pretty nice, especially when Polyphony Digital, the developers of the game, is adding more cast. Most of the driving changes from GT Sport are improvements, but there are issues that hurt in a casual gaming fan and some racing fans. Unlike previous games, several features were previously available first beta in the previous games take at least a couple of hours of gameplay just to unlock. And as I speed past the game, it gradually unlocks. It's somewhat of a pain. The next issue is that the availability of cars changes from day to day, but it's locked to a real-time clock, and it also means that some online races are impossible to race if you haven't been able to pick up that particular car, especially if you. But this has been stopping it. You've never been locked out doing it all races, but you've all been locked up for 1 or 2 races. But yeah, that's been Gran Turismo 7. And that sadly failed to make it to number 3, and I thought it could make it higher. Number 3, Pokemon Legends Arceus on the Nintendo Switch. Now, wait a minute. Why not Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Scarlet Violet? I mean, you'd be playing Pokemon. The easy one is for Scarlet and Violet. I've not even started playing it yet, even so I didn't play it during 2022. And since I've not even started playing it as I'm recording this, they're automatically removed. Because Pokemon Brilliant Diamond suffers from being a remake that really doesn't deviate from the original too much, to the point where really it is but Pokemon Legends Arceus has the biggest spin on the standard Pokemon gameplay for years. This game was previously described as Pokemon meets Breath of the Wild, and I don't think that's too wrong. Unlike previous Pokemon games, you battle in the overworld, not in a separate arena that previous games did. Sadly, I think I haven't managed to complete this one, and it's probably the first time I've not completed a game within a year of launch. Was it a game? I mean a single pair, a game or even one half of the pair games after launch. So, yeah. So let's move on to number 2. We've got our silver position. Alright. Destiny 2 is our silver medalist. So, and I played on primarily on PC. Yeah, previously I had PlayStation 4 up on this, but I've more or less moved to PC full time on it. Partly because crossplay is a lot easier to do, but I do have access to the PlayStation 4 version of PlayStation. But yes, this is PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, S and X as well. Yeah. Right, listening to, I've been mainly concentrating on seasonal content today. At the end of last year's season of Lost, only last February, which is basically a year ago from when this video comes out, Sean Shavroon managed to sneak her way into the Lost City, and now it's an escape. The DLC, The Witch Queen, which is the main big story from the big storyline that you can still play, continue the story. We also continue stories that were started in the previous year's seasonal content, and even ended up reviving the Warmind Rasputin. Like previous years, there's a lot of seasonal content, including this Rasputin storyline, that's going to disappear. Some of this has been the best content in the year, but more or less most of it will be gone. The Witch Queen DLC is actually pretty decent, but it ends a bit now what towards the end of it.
It's like you created those platforms.
Yeah.
Up there. I think that door will lead us out. We just need a way out.
Moving on to the last and the best game of the year is going to be our number one place winner, and that is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 on the Nintendo Switch, and probably one.
We've been spotted.
And out of the 3 new games that I picked up for this list, this gets number one, and well, it gets number one all around. But with Xenoblade 2 being one of the first being in 2018, and the first game being medal winners in the previous year's list, I feel like the previous game's gameplay would, being very good. Like previous games, like the previous games, the gameplay is somewhat familiar to most players, and I've got new twists to it. They combine the elements from Xenoblade 1 and 2's gameplay to make something a bit more new. This time you have 6 playable characters and an additional friendly character to assist you. Unlike previous games, all characters can become all classes, and even you can dress them up in some outfits. This story is actually better to experience than get through in story, but there is a reason why the queens sound very much like Melia and Nia from the previous games. While not required, I do recommend playing the previous games first. One final thing I got to say. They made the tutorials a lot better than Xenoblade 2 did. I actually only learned of some Xenoblade 2 Chronicles after Shirokome covered it on his Let's Play over just over a year ago.
That was pretty much what I expected. I'd say we were moving in sync, right, Tyon? Something so valuable here.
Huh? This is new.
But anyway, this has been Mike's show. Right, see you guys next time.